the actors, and I have this wonderful soundboard with a variety of far selections to fit the scenario. So I can do one of those, I can do one of those. If I want something a little wetter, I can kind of go in that direction. So I am making the sound magic happen here.
Probably reset. I'm gonna get into the bedroom as fast as I can because I don't want to have any problems.
So this is our video production trailer. So we're taking all the camera feeds into this trailer and distributing them out throughout the entire set. We're feeding different TVs, monitors, the live stream. We've got some graphics computers doing a bunch of stuff to create this awesome game, and this is where all the video stuff happens.
9, you're working right now. Can you push it slowly to his face?
I want to be free.
Nice,
what if I don't want to be caught?
Beautiful. Ready 10. Keep pushing. Ready 10. Take 10. Ready 9 again. Tight as you can on his face. Ready 9.
No, I don't want him to
get. Take 9. Ready 10. Take 10. Ready 3.
90K.
Take 3.
All right. I think that's a great intro for our next guests. We've got.
How are we?
Hi.
We're good. I think.
Is this working?
Yeah, it's working. We can hear you, Kraken.
Cool. Hi, everybody.
Bobby, how's it going?
How we doing?
Wait, Bob, are you still on set?
He's still there.
Yeah, I'm stuck in the trailer. Jake,
what the hell?
Somebody please come.
Let him leave, Jake. He's been there
like
so
weird,
long.
Like, public access show.
Yeah, what the? He's like slowly pulling up the mic to talk.
And we got Mark, Fart Mark.
Yes, I don't have any farts queued up right now, but I can work on that.
Oh, what an opportunity!
Where's the emoji instead?
What about a natural fart?
Yeah, I got the emoji. This is something Bobby insisted I leave set with. We had tried to hide this in his trailer, but he found it before he pulled out. So he was like, "No, this is going to the fart guy." So, I thank you immensely for that.
Well deserved.
So where do you want to start?
Yeah, well, why don't we talk a little bit about Kraken? Let's start with you and talk about sort of Ghost Commander and the extension. And I have some clips of us like kind of ruminating on that stuff a few months ago when we did the onsite in Indiana. If you want to hear some of that, or if you just want to give an intro and then we can play some of that.
Yeah, I'll start with that. I'm Kraken. I'm a streamer. Been doing so for like a decade now, and started out, doing the usual streaming stuff, and then decided over the last 3 years that I wanted to make interactive streams more possible, not only for my own content, but for other content creators that I respect. And so I started a company with my co-founder Lauren, who is pictured in a lot of these as well, behind the computers with me. And we basically built a production company that builds interactive live stream experiences and the tools that can run them. And so I remember talking with Jeremy back at TwitchCon, whenever that last one happened in San Diego.
2017, 2016, maybe?
It feels like, yeah. We talked about the concept of a show like this, and we both got really excited about it. And back then it was kind of like, it would be nice, but like we need a lot of money and like a lot of other people to make it work. And then fast forward, however many years, and you guys bring me back up, and you're like, well, we have the money, we have the opportunity. Would you guys like to build an interactive show with us? And I was like, you know what? Why not? And so we flew out all the way to Indiana with you guys without signing anything yet. We're just like, we're gonna trust it's gonna work out. And so
no documents, no signatures, just get there.
And that's what happened.
The live phase is just anything that's happening that's not any of these other things. It's like so we talked about potentially people being able to click on stuff or being able to like where I'm thinking is, because we can either have them click on actual objects and be like, do this, or we can have like a drop-down menu of all the things that are available. You know what I mean? Like, actions that are available, right? Let's say you have, get behind the scenes. He's getting behind the scenes. Perfect.
You mean do something?
Oh, right. So what I think?
Fuck am I doing?
think this is okay, but I would probably consider redoing the whole thing. It's not funny.
Oh yeah, we had the bit going where you're just gonna be awful.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I completely forgot. We were gonna do a routine where. No, that didn't make this at all. I'm realizing, like, I'm being a dick
So
here.
out of place.
We were gonna have the behind-the-scenes show be me being an asshole to everybody for an entire 3 months. We didn't even use it. This is the only footage we took of me doing that.
I was watching your face as you're watching this right now, going, "Why the fuck? What? That's me."
Why am I what's wrong with me? That's so funny.
Yeah, so basically, what happened here is a pretty good example. Like you can see on the whiteboard, we just had a big brainstorm where Jeremy would be like, "Here are the sort of touch points I want. Like I want the moment where the movers come out and deliver the item that chat picked for. I want the moment where chat picks for me to go to the bathroom 80 times and I have to keep doing it." And from there, we kind of extrapolated this show format and the different stages of going to sleep and then buy mode happening. Live mode being whenever he's awake, placement mode happening after that where they can pick where in the room. And then we also work backwards from how many days we wanted to shoot and how we wanted the set to kind of evolve over those. So, the small house, the buy upgrade, how much money we think that should cost, how we can incentivize chat to then spend that money to upgrade the house. All these things were, discussed and thought out ahead of time. And we were basically given this big list of would be nice, this is what we want, and then we went and built the extension over the remaining couple months, and then came back and ran the thing live with everyone. So it's crazy how much of this original brainstorm made it in. Now that I think about it, there was so much we had, and I think it was pretty much all there.
Yeah, and chat's
it's actually shocking.
It really is, and chat's actually picking out some pieces from this image that I put up that I probably should have looked at before I put it up. No, we're good. But I think it's a good time to actually talk about sort of sponsorship and how this whole thing came together. And so Jeremy had this idea 2 years ago. I remember getting a phone call. I actually remember exactly where I was when he called me, because Jeremy calls me a lot. He has a lot of ideas, and a lot of those ideas are great, and a lot of those ideas are just completely insane, but that's what makes it work, right? And I remember him calling me with this idea, and my immediate reaction was, "This is amazing. We have to do this." And it was over a year that we were looking for money to do this, because we knew that we couldn't do it alone. This is an extraordinarily expensive production, as you can imagine. You saw we were well over 30 crew on site, plus all the pre-production, plus all the set, plus all the gear, plus all the travel, and it adds up really quickly. So finally, at the beginning of this year, Twitch became interested in the show, and we started negotiating with them, and we came to a deal which included a certain number of hours streamed, as well as a certain number of minutes of ads run at an ad density, which is why we're running ads on today's show, for instance, which is part of that package deal. But Twitch really gave us an incredible amount of money to make this happen. And we also were then shopping for additional funds. We knew that the amount that Twitch gave us was not going to be enough to cover the entire show. It was a great start. It was enough where Jeremy had to do it out of pocket. I don't think it was bankrupting, but definitely.
No, not really.
But it was a good start. But we definitely were looking for more, and so we were shopping around. And some folks pointed out some potential sponsors that were there on the board at that time. None of which panned out, but it really was the addition of Ludwig less than 2 weeks before the show, and his idea about going to Coinbase and saying, "Hey, Coinbase, can you, is there anything you can do to help these guys out?" And they were unbelievable, just completely phenomenal in the turnaround time, the flexibility that they gave us. I mean, they basically told us, "You don't have to do anything. Can you show our logo on screen, and can you shout us out once?" And that's the only content that we want.
They honestly just wanted to have the show be good. That was incredibly surprising, because there's been plenty of opportunities, and Community Jake's been around for quite a while now, the last 3 years. We've had potential opportunities in the past. I'm just saying that you've been around in the community. No, well, I'm older than you. I got a lot of years on you. Don't worry. But in the past, there's been there's been opportunities to do stuff before, but not at the level that they were involved, Coinbase, and they just wanted us to have a good show. It wasn't like, well, you've got, hold on a minute, you've got to have like 10 tweets. I need to hear about this. You need to do a full ad in the middle of we need to actually talk about like 7 or 8 ads. No, they just let us do whatever we want. And they just wanted to be part of it. It was awesome. It was the best experience with any type of sponsor I've ever had in 10 years. And that's why you never see sponsors on this channel, ever. Because I want to be able to do cool shows and not have to do something I don't want to do, or have to be intrusive in the show. And I know that's a concern for a lot of people here too, is, oh, you're gonna get a sponsor, but are they gonna fuck up the whole show? And now all of a sudden it's gonna be a shitty project. Now it's like it's taken over by a sponsor. I'm never gonna let that happen. I never want that to happen. So finding sponsors that actually will work with us and care about the projects that we do, that's how it's going to be. And if we can't make something happen, if we can't work something out, then that's too bad, right? We'll figure something else out. But I want to like kind of squelch some of those concerns too, that people think that, oh, here come the sponsors, it's over. It's like, no, we're gonna be.
No, they made it happen. They really made it happen. At least I'm super grateful. All right, now that we've got that out of the way.
Also, one like little thing too. Something very, very interesting to note is this was at the very beginning, and this was in the concept stage. This was going to be one stream. This was not going to be more than one stream, and we kind of had so much going on that it was like, maybe this should be 2. Maybe this should be 3. And then with Twitch being involved, we kind of had to figure out what kind of show we wanted. But this was only supposed to be one stream, like in the initial phase. Just thinking about that now, that's impossible.
So much stuff. Looking at some of these numbers and seeing like the estimation of, oh, we'll have 2 to 3 like live mode polls a day, and like live mode, it'll be like 10 to 30 minutes for each day, and it's like that didn't happen. We ended up doing like 12 every day, and it was like rapid fire, constant things happening, and so it's funny. Even our estimations here were like really modest as to what it actually ended up being. I don't know. There's a lot of really cool stuff here. I think like a time capsule of the evolution of thinking through how the show could work.
Yeah, the other cool one that I have here is about the timeline about how this came together. This is when we met in Indiana on site.
Look at him in the corner. Look at Jerry.
It's such a great photo of Jerry.
Looks like the beginning of May, maybe. Calendar says.
What's going on?
Is he having a stroke?
Yeah, Jesus.
What am I doing? Am I like asleep?
Chat, did I fix Jeremy's audio? Are you happy with Jeremy's audio? There was an issue with people. I think it was people
they say I'm coming out of both ears.
Yeah, people that had like who are on cell phones have single speaker. We've seen this issue before. I think I solved it. But yeah, people are happy now. Okay, good.
Okay.
So we met at Andy Mar. I mean, this is still months into the production, but at this point now we're at a place where we've identified Ghost Commander Craig and his team as partners.
Do you require anything else before we begin our journey to Earth? You will not be able to return until the mission is complete. Beyond Maker, pure Maker technology, inspired by Sentinel weaponry and refined by their divine intellect. Its destructive potential is staggering.